every day, one by one, I'm gonna try every recipe of Laura, starting from the very beginning. Come, join me on my challenge. Let's go! Hi everyone! My name is Ruta and welcome to the 53rd day of my challenge, where I had to try today grilled seafood salad. But I'm gonna have to skip this recipe because other than shrimp, I have never seen any other seafood here, so that's that. But I'm gonna continue my Christmassy holiday theme because today I'm gonna try Italian cookies, holiday biscotti. So before getting into the ingredients, as always, I have to chat a bit about the ingredients. So the first thing is about flaked almonds, which this recipe calls for. Okay, so after searching a bit, I kinda decided that maybe they don't sell it in such form, so I just bought simple almonds, and what I did, I ran them through my blender. I ran them through my blender, and as there were these powdery, very fine parts, I just sieved everything. I saved that very fine part for something else, and for today I'm gonna use those bigger parts. So if you cannot find flaked almonds, this is like totally doable with blender or food processor or whatnot. And the other thing, okay, this is kind of funny because this recipe also calls for dried sweetened cranberries. Okay, sweetened, I totally gave up on it because it's just too complicated. You would think dry cranberries like easy, right? No, I couldn't find them anywhere, but I'm a very creative person, if you haven't noticed that already. So I found these tiny red sour berries, which in taste kind of remind cranberries. So as they're edible, I'm pretty sure because I bought them from a nut shop, I'm gonna use them as cranberries. These will be Iranian cranberries, if you will. So that's that. Let's go over the ingredients and let's get started. We're gonna need 400 grams of flour, 300 grams of sugar, 2 teaspoons or this 1 envelope of baking powder, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of salt, zest of 1 orange, 120 grams of flaked almonds, 70 grams of dry cranberries, 3 tablespoons of orange juice, 3 eggs, and 5 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Let's start by putting sugar, baking powder and salt into the flour and mixing them to combine. Now I'm gonna take around 1/4 cup of this flour mixture and I'm gonna mix in another bowl with the orange zest, and I'm gonna mix very well to ensure that there are no big lumps of zest left. And now I'm gonna take cranberries and the almonds and I'm gonna coat them with this mixture as well. Now I should take this mixture and put it into the flour mixture, but as this bowl is actually a little bit bigger than that one, I'll just do the vice versa and I'm gonna mix everything together. I've taken my biggest bowl because this is where I'm gonna mix the whole dough, so I need space. And now I'm gonna mix all the wet ingredients. Oil, I forget. Okay, vegetable oil, orange juice, vanilla extract, and the eggs. Okay, and now I'm gonna be adding this flour mixture little at a time and mixing just to combine, keeping in mind as always not to overmix. As it really became much harder to mix. Now is the time when I'm gonna take some additional flour. I'm gonna flour my surface heavily, dump the dough on it. This is a really sticky dough, by the way, and I'm gonna knead it until it all comes together. Okay, now I'm gonna form a log. And I'm gonna divide it into 6 equal parts. Well, semi-equal. Okay, now I'm gonna work with one piece at a time. At this point, I'm turning on my oven to preheat to 180 degrees, and there's one thing I kinda want to mention. Look at my oven. It's huge, so I'm gonna be able to bake all of this on one baking sheet. Normally, you will need 2 baking sheets, which you should line with parchment paper, and just look at it, like, that's huge, alright. So I'm gonna be able to cook this on this one for sure. So as I have only one, I will fit everything on this one. I'm gonna use the middle part of the oven. If you're using 2 baking sheets though, you will use middle and the top rack. And I'm gonna now take each portion of the dough. I'm gonna I'm gonna form a log, and it should be around 30 centimeters. I cannot take it. Around 30 centimeters long. And I have as a guideline another ruler of mine. Yes, I do own a lot of them, which is exactly 30 centimeters. So I'm gonna form a log and place it on the baking sheet, and there should be around 8 centimeters in between the logs because they need space. I've checked, it's actually around 5 centimeters in between, so let's hope for the best. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna lightly press each log because it needs to be around 4 or 5 centimeters wide. Okay, and now I'm gonna bake them for 25 minutes in the middle part of the oven, but after 10 minutes I'm gonna actually come and rotate the baking sheet so that everything bakes evenly. And as I mentioned, if you have 2 baking sheets, just bake in the middle and the top part of your oven. Okay, and now I'm gonna let them cool for 20 minutes. 20 minutes have passed, and now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my serrated knife, like a knife with little teeth, and I'm gonna cut each log into around 10 slices. I'm gonna cut on a very sharp diagonal, and each slice should be around 1.5 centimeters thick. After slicing, I'm gonna put them back on the baking sheet, cut side down. And by the way, as you can see, they kind of scorched a bit, so next time I'm gonna definitely start from the very beginning by putting them on the very top rack. It's good that I made more, because these ones, they do look kind of burned. I don't know, should I throw them away? I'm kind of hoping maybe to save them somehow. Well, for sure they won't be for guests. So I moved them from the middle because apparently my middle's burning. And now I'm gonna return them to the oven. This time I'm gonna put on the top rack and I'm gonna bake them for 6 more minutes. Then I'm gonna take the sheet out, flip the cookies, rotate the baking sheet in the oven, and bake for another 10 minutes. these cool on this baking sheet for 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna transfer them to a wire rack to cool completely for another 20 minutes or so. This time because I did wait out all the time until the cookies are pretty much well cooled down, as I wanted to try the real deal. Biscotti is supposed to be a hard cookie and it hardens only while cooling down. That's why I kinda had to be patient. But now look how many of them there are. And granted, I did scorch quite a lot, like half of the batch I would say, but the next time I'm gonna put them on the very top. So if you have a gas oven, be sure to maybe start with the top rack, just to be safe. Okay, this one. Look, I'm speechless because I love hard cookies like this and kind of dry cookies, and the smells are so Christmassy again, which makes me so happy. Oh my gosh. Wow. I totally didn't expect it to be that good. Oh my gosh. Iranian cranberries are as good as the normal ones. Wow, that's so cool. With the first bite, I had everything. The cranberry, the almond. Wow, it's so good. I'm like stunned, seriously. And with tea, maybe a little bit like dipping into tea. Oh my gosh. These are so perfect. And just look how much I did. And the other great thing about them is that you can freeze them, and once you need them, you just take them out. Like, I'm gonna freeze most of them, and once I want them, I'm just gonna take them out, defrost, and I will have them ready. I so want to try more. So, as always, you can go and check the original recipe by Laura there, and you can find the written one down in the description box. And I so recommend it. Wow, it's not too sweet, but it's sweet enough. And I now feel this aftertaste of this orange zest. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I'm like so happy with this. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed spending time with me, and I'll see you in the day. Bye.